Good afternoon, happy crafters. How are you all? Thank you for joining me, Toni Darroch, live in my studio at Wakefield. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name obviously is Toni Darroch and I'm a guest presenter over on Create and Craft. So if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to click the subscribe button. This allows all the community to get together, inspire each other, learn new things, new techniques, all the things we love to do with our craft products when we purchase them. If you're watching over on Facebook, don't forget to pop a comment below. This puts you in with a chance to win one of our studio makes. So we always love to pick a winner throughout the course of the week and send the makes out to you. So in today's studio, we're going to be using the fabulous members gift that goes on Friday, live this Friday, and I will quickly talk you through how to get that free members gift. I do apologise if you've already heard this before, but I know we've got lots of new viewers every time, lots of new subscribers, and I have mentioned it over the course of the last few videos, but I'm just going to quickly mention it again. So basically on Friday, our free members gift here from Stamps by Me goes live, and the two ways that you can claim your free members gift is by doing two things. One is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You don't have to pay for YouTube, it's absolutely free. All you need to do is go and make yourself an account. So you'll need an email and a password. And then this allows you to see all the lovely things that are over on YouTube, not just craft things, anything you need to know. There's lots of stuff over there. So you need to subscribe to our channel, that's the one thing. And the second thing is you just need to go onto our homepage of our website, and down the left-hand side is a newsletter sign up. All you need to do is pop your email in there and you're good to go. On Friday, we will send out a code. That code entitles you to the free members gift. All you need to do is pay the postage. So there are terms and conditions, obviously one per member and things like that. And I do encourage you to go over and read the terms and conditions. But we are super excited. It goes live this Friday, so keep your eyes peeled. But please don't stress it. There are thousands of stamps. Nobody will miss out, okay? So in today's live studio, we're going to use a couple of the products. We're going to use the members gift that's launching obviously this Friday, and we're going to be using our paper piece number 7. Now we launched this a few weeks ago and it was super popular, so I know a lot of you have got the product at home and will be able to either follow along or create the similar card if you want to, or even create something different. If you haven't got our products, this show is not about selling products. Obviously it helps if people do purchase the products, but it's not here to sell. You might have something in your stash from another brand or earlier products of mine that will work and maybe give you the same results or similar results. So get out whatever you've got, whatever that might work, and we'll have a crafty half an hour together. So I'm using paper piece 7 and I'm going to be using the fabulous members gift. So the members gift is an A5 stamp set to the value of £17.99. It has the QR code on the back, so all you have to do is scan the QR code on the back and it takes you to all the tutorials that we've done here in the studio at Stamps by Me. To get a QR code reader, all you need to do is get one free downloaded onto your phone from an app store or a tablet or Android or whatever you're using. They are free also. All you need to do is download it and then it's scannable straight away. So I'm going to do 2 cards, and first of all I'm going to use this paper piece die. So let's get straight into the video. I am going to show you how to get the most out of 1 die and 1 stamp, 2 cards in this demonstration. And I'm also going to be using our fabulous gossip pens, and I'm going to show you a video about these also in just a second. But first of all, just wanted to show you on the back of this product also, we have the fabulous QR code as well, which is here. So all of our products now have the QR code, not just members gift, but all of the products. So it takes you to any demonstrations that I've done, any video tutorials that I've done using this product. So if I show you a quick video now using the fabulous gossip pens, this will give me the opportunity to grab my bits and bobs so we can crack straight on with our live demonstration. Here you go. I'm really excited to tell you all about our fabulous gossip range. On this one I wanted to show you our gossip pens. Now these come in a box of three colours that coordinate together and 3 colours that will work fabulously on your artwork. And within we have high grade ink, and within there you have glitter. They have the nylon tip on there, which is a precision point. I am so excited about these. When you come to paint with them, you will truly see how amazing they are. The great thing about Gossip is diluted down, you still get a great finish. So those are the fabulous pens that we're going to be using in studio, and I know a lot of you have already got those as well, and if you've got something similar, get them out. You can use them for the techniques that I'm going to do today. So I'm going to use paper P7, and what I'm going to do is I've just got a piece of white cardstock here. I'm going to place it face down, and I'm just going to run it through the die cutting machine. In studio today I am using my Snap, but all of our dies work with any die cutting machine you've got at home. So it depends what you've got, but they should work fine. So I'm just going to run this through, and I'm going to show you a fabulous technique on how to get 2 cards for the price of 1. So it's very important for this technique that we try and keep the elements that are going to drop out of our card on our piece of paper here. Now that can be quite difficult. This card is quite time consuming for the first one, but the second one is just as good. So I'm just going to show you. So when you turn it over, you get all your bits there. So when you just remove it from here, look, it just pops out of the cardstock like so. And then all these little elements we're going to use as a paper piecing guide. So just set this aside. I have done one ahead of time for quickness, but I just want to quickly show you what I mean when I say paper piecing. So all these little elements here, you just pop them all out, keep them in a nice pile. They are all the same shape, so it doesn't really matter where they go, as long as they're in a neat pile. If you lose one, it might ruin your project, so make sure you keep all your little parts together in a pile. There we go, there's my pile for one card, and this is going to be for another card. So I'll just set that one aside. Here I have a top folding note card in white, and all I did for this technique was I placed this on here. Now it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. You can either just hold it. I have been holding it for my other one, but you can tape it down if you want to. So I held it in place, and then I got my glue, and I just took every little element of this, put some glue behind, and I paper pieced it back in. Obviously if it's taped down, it'll hold it in place while you paper piece all the elements in. And then I removed the outside frame, and I was left with this. You see there? It looks absolutely gorgeous. It looks like texture paste, so it's white on white. It's instant dimension. It's really, really lovely. And then with the piece that I took back off the card, I mat and layered onto a piece of card. So as you can see, these two are going to be our cards. So let's go ahead and make the lovely cards. So I'll just set this aside. So they're both going to be same colour wave as well, white on white, same colour wave. So I'm just going to get my Eureka here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a bit of a background on this piece here. I'm going to give it a little bit of dimension with some colour. So going back to the colours that I told you about, sorry, the pens, the Gossip pens, we've got an aqua tone and a navy, and this is going to create a little bit of dimension down one side here. So I'm just going to give them a good old shake. So if you have got these at home, always remember twist and pull to get the lid off. We get a lot of questions about getting the lids off. The reason why we've done the twist and pull technology is because we don't want them to leak. If they leak into the lid and not into your handbag. So twist and pull, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a nice big blob of this lovely colour on here, and it's super sparkly. And then when it dries, it gets even sparkly. I know that's difficult to see on set there. I'm just using my lid of my Eureka because it's easy clean afterward. So twist and pull. I'm just going to pop some of the blue on here. So I am going to spray it with a little bit of water, not much. Just clean my hand there because I don't want my artwork to get ruined. And then what I'm going to do with this piece of card here that we've stuck that background onto is I'm just going to get it to go down one side. So I'm going to pop it here, and I'm going to swipe it through the colour. Can we see? We need it to go a bit closer, so I'm going to press a little bit harder here and drag it through the colour. And what you get is this like swipe, so it goes within the holes and on top of the holes. So I'll just keep swiping. Can we see? So the surface that you need to do it on is a smooth surface, obviously, and then get it within those holes. So if you press, it'll just go onto one side. So I'm happy with that. Just want a little bit more coverage down in these little white areas here. So I am just going to blot it in and hopefully it'll pick a little bit of it up for me. There we go. But if you swipe, it sort of like goes on and in at the same time. So I'm just going to try again. There we go, we're getting it on there now. So you can, obviously there's lots of ink on there, so you can keep spraying with water if you want to and keep swiping across the page. You get a lot more coverage. Now I don't want to contaminate the two colours, I do want them to stay as an entity, and it's starting to blend there, so I'm going to stop. So I'll just set that aside and just clean this lid. I'm just going to leave that to dry naturally. Can blast it off with our gun if we need to speed it up a bit in a bit. So I'm just going to grab another piece of white cardstock here, and I'm just going to stamp out the lovely Members Gift stamp to show you how big it is really. It's huge. So I'm just going to place it on here. And I'm going to use VersaFine Black because it's waterproof. So if I am going to watercolour, it won't bleed. Cover the whole stamp. So you can see it's absolutely massive on there. Lots of open spaces so you can get in with your light and shade should you want to. Or if you don't want to, you can colour it in one colour. The spaces are there for you to do so. There we go. So the way that I coloured, I've done one ahead of time and I have fussy cut it and I will show you. So it's this one here. Can you see the sparkle on there? But the way that we got them to blend the two colours was I started with the darker colour and I did it at the centre of the flower because centres of the flowers are always darker. So I just popped some blue in the centre like so, and then I just pulled it out with the green. These are a good colour mix of these two, so and you get like instant dimension on the petal. So I'll just show you again. So blue right at the centre of the petal and then drag it out with the green and you get a beautiful blend. A little bit different coloured flowers today for us, normally pinks and yellows and oranges. So just pull it out. So a little bit more colour in the centre there, and then just pull it out. And then when these pens dry, they dry super sparkly, it's super cool. So you can add more blue if you want to, add more dimension if you want to, it's entirely up to you. What I always do as well is I always do not do two petals that are connecting because they'll just bleed together. So always do alternate petals and then go back and fill in the gaps once they're dry so you don't get a bleed. So I'll just do the whole of this flower, so you just get the idea. Keep swapping out my pens. So the centre, I'm not being over careful where I'm popping the blue because the green allows me to drag it where I want, so don't worry about it if you put it down and you're thinking, oh, that's not quite right. You could go right up there if you wanted to add a little bit more. So there we go. And you could build on it, make it as bright or as bold as you want it. So we'll come away from that one and we will go back and revisit one that we've already cut out, and we'll start to get these cards constructed. So I'll just set that one aside. So let's do the one that is already a top folding card with this instant dimension on here. Now I'm going to leave this white. I think it looks quite pretty just as white. And what I've done ahead of time again is I've fussy cut just the two flowers. Now I've left all the foliage and embellishments out of there. Can you believe that? For me. And I'm just going to pop it on here, but I am going to pop some pads on there. But what I'm going to do is this time, the sentiments that are in this lovely Members Gift set are like one line sentiments, which is fabulous because what you can do is you can chop into them and make them as individuals. So I'll show you exactly what I mean now. So I'll just remove that big stamp and we'll go and use one of the large sentiments here. So Happy birthday, my lovely. So if I pop this on here like so, hold it in place. So sometimes when we do our cards, we need some that maybe landscape style or portrait style, but because it's landscape, you can still make it portrait style, you can cut into it, and that's what we're going to do here. So it's just a different way of using your sentiments. Just going to dry it off so I don't get a mucky mark. Then I'll just take my scissors and chop into it. So I'll use the happy, make it small. Just get rid of that little bit there. So I've got happy. I'm not cutting it straight either, I want it to be quirky. So, and you'll see what I mean in a second. Birthday. And then we'll just leave my lovely as one. Just set these aside without getting a smudge. So I'm going to pop some pads behind this flower that we've already gone ahead of time and put together. Get some big pads there. So you could really build this up if you wanted to do more than what I'm doing today, just the one. If you wanted to do 3 or 4 layers and build up, you can also do that. So I'll just pop this at the side here. And then with these ones, I'm also going to raise them as well. I'll just get a smaller pad for that one. So, and I'm going to set them quite quirky, not sterile. So we'll go for, I've got a mucky mark there, so that's a given. That's going to hide that for me. Happy. Birthday. So I will just finish that by framing the words. So I'm just going to do a wonky line all the way around. You see how it finishes it there? So don't forget to pop a comment on which card you've liked the best, which one you will actually try at home. So that's the first card. I don't know if the camera's picking up the dimension on there, but you will certainly see it from the photo once I post the photo at the end. So that's card number 1. So let's move on to card number 2. So just set that one aside. So I'm just going to bring this one back in. That looks like a bit of an awful muddy mess at the moment, which is fine. And I'm just going to dry it off. Make sure it's absolutely dry so we don't get any mucky paw prints anywhere. And you will know when it's absolutely dry because the sparkle is quite intense. So if you're not getting sparkle, you know it's not as dry as it potentially could be. There we go. So there's 2 ways that you could construct this card. You could do it so the colour was on the side. Pop this on here, look, so you've got that. Or you could come to the side and pop it on here. And that's what I'm going to do with this card. Before we put it together though, I have got a top folding note card, a white one here. And I'm just going to glue it to the front of here. I know a lot of people are loving the paper piece, you know, it's quite calming when you've actually got the time to sit down and paper piece the elements back in. It's a bit like colouring and such. So I do encourage you to give this card a go, just simply for that reason. It's so peaceful, so chilling out, should we say. You can see there the dimension on there. It's quite a lovely card. So we've got that in place there, and then we've got our element here, and I am just going to pop some big pads behind this one as well, so it's raised like the other one. So I'm just going to cover, not maybe as high, but a little bit lower. There we go. And then our lovely sentiment I've kept as one on this one. So I'm just going to pop this across the bottom, and I am just going to glue this one flat. So you could pop it quite close if you wanted to. I'm not, I'm going to go for it down here. So there we go, 2 cards using little product and quite striking cards really. So I hope you've liked the cards in today's studio. Thank you for joining me. It always is nice to see you all, and thank you all for your lovely comments and things like that. I do love speaking to you all, and I know that you all come to say hi and talk to me, but unfortunately while I'm demoing I don't get the chance to say hi back. But I will pop these 2 cards over on Facebook as soon as we leave the studio now, so don't forget to pop a comment. And we're back in live studio on Monday at 4 o'clock, so I'll see you all then. Have a great evening whatever you're doing. Take care. Bye.